This is from the Elephant Dental Shop. It's a nice detail, the paper. I think elephants have very strong teeth. And if you look real smart, you see below here, on the back of the paper, there's also, oh no, it's the same, Elephant Dental. So this is a drawing from Lynette, also from Kenya. It's her bedroom. The door in and out, the mirror, the minion doll, we all know this, and a tiny small teddy bear there. And I really like this drawing. I can really sense there are some elements that are very personal and and the way she said it's my bedroom, it also makes it almost intimate. This is also from Kenya, from Nancy. And Nancy took a really interesting perspective. Like she is on top of her room as if she's looking down. And we see the bed, we see the table, the shoe rack, boxes, the cabinets, a carpet. And on the carpet says, "You are not welcome. Don't step on me," which is kind of funny. And here, like below here, she calls it vanity, a wall mirror, and that's the room entrance. So she picked like a bird's eye, almost like she's like the light bulb that's hanging on the ceiling looking down. So I really like this. I like the perspective a lot. And again, I like the flower or the butterfly on the bed. I think this is a beautiful drawing. What I miss maybe is this second layer of more intimate information, like the girl who said that the plant she got from her sister. Huh? This drawing could need maybe another layer of a little bit more in-depth information about the materials. This is a drawing by Elise. She's from Canada. And I'm looking at it, and there's a lot to see immediately. Like it looks like she has a bar in her room, and she has a love seat. She has a shelf of DVDs, a wall of decorations, and she has a map of Illinois on her door. And there is a couch, although we don't see it. There's another love seat and windows. And she does all her work on a coffee table. That's also interesting. Like most people have a desk, but a lot of people work either on their coffee table or maybe...
Yeah, and what I was really wondering here is there's a little rug on the floor in front of her armchair.
Yeah.
And it says HH on that rug.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also a little flag hanging from the ceiling. It also says HH.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm first.
There's another one. Yeah, there are two actually.
Yeah, and so I thought maybe there are. It's in a student house or something.
Dormitory. It's like
yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like Yeah, that's something that. Well, that's interesting. That some things you draw but you don't explain. That also keeps it alive. That makes us wonder even more about the room. But there is some sort of like student mentality in the room. Huh? Here a lot of things come together. We have a beautiful perspective within the middle, the bed, which is also the most important place of this room. This is really great. This is really like, I feel like I'm in this room and I can look around. See, she has a pretty view. The sun rises from this side. A dotted line, I sleep on this side. And that's also funny. That's a bit like the cartoon of the cat, you know, the mapping areas of the cat. A Van Gogh poster. He's a Dutch artist. Café de la Soir, Café at Night. A framed picture of my mother playing guitar. Also like this, like there's always a place in your room where everything ends up. Like it seems, this chair seems like the place where everything sort of like. She also says, these are clothes I try on but don't put on. I put them away. Below she said part history, film, books, film picture album. That's also nice, the way she drew the desk here on the corner and the closet on the other side. A cactus. Tulip in an old pretty wine bottle. Yeah, this is really, I really like this drawing. It shows heat. It shows things that are not visible. She mentions about the view. And she tells me about how long this plant is already with her. She shows the mat, the yoga mat, the mirror, and the small things next to your bed that nobody knows. Drawers below. Yeah, I really like this drawing. I really feel like we're actually there. That's great, and that we also get a sense of who Joanne is actually. I think it's also, this is really great also for yourself to look back like years from now when you're much older. This is from Silas. It's a drawing from Kenya. In a way, Silas, you use the perspective more, like you draw the separate things. But again, I feel like it's a selection of objects instead of the drawing of a space. And I'm not sure what this is. Is it a painting or? And this is a cupboard, I think. But also, I like the drawing. I like it. I like the way you draw it with pencil. I can imagine that you do this much bigger and that you have more detail, and then you can also add things.
Do you think maybe this drawing is made from memory, or is it drawn within the room?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's made from memory because the perspective is very, like the door is very high. That would mean that if you would draw it from perspective, you would have to almost lay below the floor to look at the door from this perspective.
Yeah, I think there are different categories. People who drew it from memory. I think in Kenya they drew it when they were in the class.
Okay.
And they did it as a group activity almost. There are people who made pictures and used the picture to draw the room. So there are a couple of ones with this very special perspective that's really hard to draw by memory. But I think the pictures help there. And there are also people who would just sat in one point in the room and just drew what they saw. And sometimes they also make a reference to that they say, like, I'm sitting here on this couch. You cannot see it in the picture, but this is the point of the place where I am now.
Oh, that's interesting to think about what perspective or what means and tools we use. We go, I think now you mention it, the drawings from Kenya all look a bit similar. This one is from Samson, and he draws the things like they're like objects or loose things. This is again a perspective from above again. Now we see it from the ceiling. And it's very informative. It shows a lot of things. This is a really good way of showing it. But I also like that he says he's acknowledging that he needs a small carpet.